If you move like you already won, you wouldn't waste time second-guessing yourself, whining or begging for permission. You'd act with purpose, speed, and dominance. So why the hell are you still hesitating like a loser? Winners don't wait to be crowned. They move like the crown is already theirs. This isn't about ego. It's about certainty. It's about taking up space. It's like the battlefield is already yours. If you want to stop losing in life, you need to walk, talk, and strike like a man who's already won. Let's break it down. Losers hesitate. Winners decide and move. Fast. Why? Because action beats perfection every damn time. Waiting for the perfect moment is the biggest lie you've been sold. That so-called perfect time you keep dreaming about? It's a mirage. It's an excuse in disguise. Winners don't wait for circumstances to be ideal. They create ideal outcomes by moving with purpose in imperfect conditions. The world doesn't slow down for you to think it through. While you're busy analyzing, another man is out there executing, adapting, and claiming what could have been yours. When you move like you've already won, there's no hesitation because you've already accepted that failure is just feedback, not a death sentence. You understand that every great empire was built on thousands of quick decisions, not just a few perfect ones. And when a winner gets it wrong, he adjusts. He doesn't drown in regret. He doesn't cry about being off by a degree. He recalibrates and keeps charging forward. That's the mindset of domination. That's the mindset of a killer. We look at every high-performance individual, military generals, top CEOs, elite athletes. They all have one thing in common: decisiveness. They trust themselves to make the call, and they trust themselves to handle the consequences. And because of that, the world trusts them back. People follow certainty. They don't follow the guy who's pacing back and forth, biting his nails, asking 10 people what they think. Leaders don't beg for validation. Leaders declare. And if you want to lead yourself, your business, your family, your legacy, you better learn how to make a decision and live with it. Hesitation is death. In business, it's the lost deal. In life, it's the missed opportunity. In relationships, it's the moment you failed to act and someone else stepped up. Every second you waste doubting, someone with less talent but more balls is outworking you, out-deciding you, and outwinning you. And they'll keep doing it until you grow the spine to move like you own the damn field. You think winners never feel fear? Of course they do. But they've trained themselves to respond with action, not paralysis. You can't wait until you're confident to act. Confidence comes from acting. That's why the man who moves like he's already won gets results, because he's not negotiating with fear. He's not standing still waiting to be rescued. He charges into the fire because he knows motion builds momentum and momentum kills doubt. So decide, move. Don't flinch. Don't blink. Don't ask the world for permission to be great. Just get after it, handle what comes, and keep swinging. That's how a man who's already won plays the game, by playing hard, fast, and unapologetically. You either take command or you stay stuck on the sidelines watching other men live the life you were too scared to chase. Look in the mirror. Do you see a king or a coward? Be brutally honest with yourself, not just in your thoughts, but in your presence. Your body is a billboard broadcasting your beliefs, and if your posture screams fear, hesitation, and small thinking, then don't be surprised when the world treats you like a doormat. You think kings shuffle their feet? You think conquerors avoid eye contact? Absolutely not. Winners, real winners, own their space like they were born for it. Shoulders back, chest forward, chin up. You walk into a room and the air changes. That's not arrogance, that's certainty. The kind that makes people look twice and wonder who the hell just walked in. You don't slouch through life if you've already won. Why would you? What do you have to hide from? What are you shrinking for? Slouching is for people who doubt their own worth. But if you've already won in your mind, if the battle is over, the prize is yours, then you stand like a man who expects nothing less than victory. Because posture isn't just physical, it's psychological. Every inch of your stance either tells the world, I'm ready for the fight, or I hope no one sees me. And here's the truth. The world is watching. Opportunity is watching. Women are watching. Your competitors are watching. So, what are you showing them? You think lions tiptoe through the jungle? No, they own the ground they walk on. So stop moving like you're trespassing in your own life. You want respect? Then start commanding it with your presence. Your spine is your sword. Straighten it. Your eyes are your aim. Lock them in. Your voice is your voice moves armies. You speak with gravity, with presence. You make people listen without even trying, because every syllable comes from belief, not bluff. And this isn't about faking it. This is about claiming it. You're not pretending to be a winner, you are one. You're not hoping to be great, you decided to be. That decision bleeds into how you sit, how you walk, how you shake hands, how you exist. And if you don't carry that decision in your bones, no one's gonna carry it for you. So if you're still hunched over, still timid, still avoiding your reflection, fix it right now. Square up, plant your feet, lift your chin like you've already conquered what you were born to do. Because posture is power, and power doesn't beg, power claims. So move like it's already yours, walk like the throne is waiting, and act like the only thing left is for the rest of the world to catch up. No more I think, maybe, or I'm trying. That's loser talk. A man who's already won doesn't negotiate with doubt. He declares, he executes. When he speaks, it's not a suggestion, it's a damn statement of fact. And here's the brutal truth. If you can't speak with finality, you'll never be taken seriously, not by the world, not by your peers, and not even by yourself. Because the words coming out of your mouth are either weapons or excuses. Winners speak with intent. They don't pad their sentences with safety nets like hopefully, we'll see, or I'll do my best. No. You either will or you won't. End of story. This isn't about arrogance. It's about certainty, clarity, and control. People follow those who sound like they know where they're going. Leaders don't waffle. They don't speak to be liked. They speak to lead. When a man has already won in his mind, he speaks with conviction because he doesn't need outside validation. He's not waiting for the applause. His voice is already echoing in the halls of destiny. And when he says something, people listen, not because he's loud, but because he's clear, final, unshakable. Every time you water down your speech, you teach your brain to doubt you. Every I think chips away at your belief. Every maybe makes you smaller, and every I'll try gives you an escape route you don't deserve. You think elite performers talk like that? You think the people dominating their industries or crushing their goals are out there tiptoeing around their own words? Hell no, they speak it, then they do it. Simple, rootless, effective. When you speak with finality, your internal world aligns, your brain stops second guessing, your actions sharpen, and people around you start respecting your presence. You become the kind of man others trust because you sound like you trust yourself. And that's rare. The world is drowning in soft speech, weak conviction, and people who talk like they're apologizing for existing. Don't be one of them. Stand tall. Speak straight. Say what the hell you mean and back it up with action. So the next time you open your mouth, stop asking for permission with your tone. Stop inviting doubt with your words. Speak like it's already done, because in your mind it is. That's how a man who's already won carries himself. He doesn't hope. He doesn't wish. He states and then he strikes. And when you live that way, when you speak that way, everything in your life starts falling into place. Not because it's easy, but because your belief becomes a battering ram that breaks through every obstacle. Be like a man who owns the outcome. Because once your words align with that level of certainty, the world has no choice but to follow your lead. or get out of your way. Champions understand the power of control. Control over their environment, their time, their circle, and their energy. It's not a matter of hoping for the right circumstances or waiting for the world to hand you opportunities. It's about creating the circumstances that serve your purpose. This is the mindset that separates winners from losers. Losers let life happen to them, while winners dictate the terms of their lives. Think about it. Winners don't get dragged into other people's chaos. They don't waste time on petty arguments or distractions. They don't give their attention to things that do not align with their ultimate mission. Every person, every conversation, and every second of their time is accounted for. They've carved out a space where they only entertain what elevates them, where they only engage in what serves their higher purpose. The people they interact with reflect this mindset. They're not surrounded by energy vampires or people who drain them. Instead, they've built a circle of individuals who push them to be better, who challenge them to rise higher. Your circle is critical. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly around people who complain, make excuses, or settle for mediocrity, it's only a matter of time before their mindset begins to rub off on you. Winners know this, and that's why they are selective with their relationships. They surround themselves with people who think at a higher level, who act with purpose, and who will hold them accountable to their standards. This is how winners create their own game. They build an environment that nurtures their success and eliminates anything that could drag them down. Energy is the same. It's a resource that cannot be wasted. A champion knows how precious their energy is, so they guard it fiercely. They don't let themselves be drained by negativity, doubt, or unimportant matters. They focus their energy on what matters, on their goals, their work, their relationships that elevate them, and their mental and physical well-being. Energy is about focus. A winner knows how to stay laser focused, keeping their energy aligned with their purpose, no matter how many distractions come their way. Your time is perhaps the most valuable asset you have. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. A true winner values their time like gold. They schedule every moment, not in a rigid or obsessive way, but with intention. They understand that every action, no matter how small, contributes to their larger vision. So they spend their time on things that matter, things that will move them closer to their goals. Every meeting, every task, every conversation is approached with a sense of purpose, knowing that the way you spend your time will determine where you end up. The world adjusts to the winner because winners dictate the conditions. They aren't passive participants in life. They take control, they make decisions, and they take action. They act with confidence because they know what they want and they know they deserve it. They don't negotiate with the world, they make the world negotiate with them. When you move like a champion, the world has no choice but to bend to your will. It becomes a reflection of your vision, your mindset, and your commitment to excellence. So take control. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission to succeed. Create the environment that supports your vision. Protect your time and energy, and surround yourself with people who are committed to the same level of greatness. The moment you start doing this, the world will stop resisting you and start aligning itself with your vision. That's when you know you've truly won. Winners understand one fundamental truth. Greatness isn't something you turn on when you feel like it. It's a way of life. It's a relentless commitment, a daily process that demands more than just surface level effort. Being great isn't a part-time gig. It's not something you decide to do when it's convenient or when you're in the mood. If you want to dominate, you have to treat greatness as a constant. There is no off switch. Winners don't take breaks from being great. They don't hit pause. They don't rest on their supposed potential. Every single day is an opportunity to outwork, outsmart, and outlast anyone who is still figuring out whether they're ready for the grind. From the moment you wake up, it's go time. The day is already in motion, and the world isn't waiting for you to decide to catch up. So you don't snooze the alarm. You don't lay in bed trying to rationalize another hour of sleep. You hit the ground running. You train. You condition your body, mind, and spirit like an elite warrior preparing for battle. You're not just training for today. You're building the habits, the resilience, and the mindset that will carry you through every obstacle, every setback, and every challenge. It's about consistency. It's about mastering the process, not just looking for shortcuts. You don't wait for motivation. Motivation is fleeting and it's unreliable. What you need is discipline. You wake up no matter how tired you are and you get to work. Whether it's training, strategizing, or executing, it's about pushing forward with purpose. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel inspired. You simply need to move every day, relentlessly. The path to greatness is lined with a million moments when you'll want to quit, when your mind tells you that you've given enough, that you've done enough. That's where the real work begins. When you push through those moments, when you act despite the fatigue, the doubt, the distractions, that's when you start to separate yourself from the pack. The average person will take breaks. They'll go easy on themselves. But you don't stop. You can't afford to stop, because once you understand that the war is already won in your mind, the physical manifestation of that victory is inevitable. The most successful people don't wait for a perfect moment to strike. They create those moments. They don't wait for the stars to align. They take control of their destiny every single day through their relentless actions. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will give you everything if you're willing to work for it. You have to act as if the prize is already yours, because in your mind, it already is. You're not chasing something anymore. You're simply claiming what's rightfully yours. That means no days off, no excuses. You don't get to slack off because you worked hard yesterday. Greatness isn't a one-time event. It's a constant state of being. When you act relentlessly, you build momentum, and that momentum turns into an unstoppable force. The more you do, the more you want to do. Every task, no matter how small, becomes a step closer to the life you've already visualized. Every action is a piece of the puzzle falling into place, a piece that takes you one step further toward victory. You're not waiting for permission or validation. You're building your empire with every choice, every action, every step forward. In the end, success isn't an accident. It's a lifestyle, a daily grind, an unyielding commitment to act relentlessly, to keep moving even when the world slows down. The war is already won in your mind. Now it's just time to collect what's yours. You want to win? Then stop acting like you're still trying to prove yourself. Start moving like the damn game is over and you crushed it. Because once you believe you've already won, the world starts to believe it too. Now get the hell out there and walk like the world belongs to you.